The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Hello and welcome into week one and the season premiere of the Ashley Ingram Show. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside the Carson-Newman head football coach, Ashley Ingram. And Ashley Ingram, what a way to kick off your head coaching career. A resounding 50-7 win in the Bird Battle. You did take down the Reinhardt Eagles. Have you had a chance to soak in the moment yet?
Maybe I allowed myself a few minutes to do that. So, no, it was great to get a win. Really happy for the guys. They've worked really hard the last 9 months. It's funny how it goes, but my attention's already turned to the next one, you know. So, it was exciting.
You had a little bit of a really there was only one, the 3-and-out on the opening possession, but then it was pretty much score. Could you have drawn up a better start to your head coaching career?
No, I think we'd probably take that any time. I was obviously concerned. You know, we had some guys out that we didn't play, and we're playing a team that's, played for the NAIA National Championship just a few years ago, and they've been to 8 consecutive playoffs. So they had our attention, or they had my attention for sure. So it was a good quality opponent, and I thought we, played well.
The crowd was engaged, involved. It was a good crowd on a hot night, and it felt like at times your conditioning really showed up. Reinhardt cramped a good bit. You didn't have a lot of injury stoppages. Just how important was that on the night?
I think it was huge. I think it's a testament to our strength staff. Our guys were ready when camp started, and then just the way we practice, the nature of it. I think our practices are probably tougher than the games for us, or at least that's the design of them. So I think it made a huge difference. I don't think fatigue was an issue on our side whatsoever.
Well, it helps too when you hold the football for 38 minutes.
That does help. But the offensive guys get tired when you hold it for 38 minutes. So, no, it was good.
Got a lot of guys involved. 14 guys touched the football. That's just the rushing totals. Right. By design or by product of the game?
Probably a little bit of both. The offense, the nature of it is you're going to kind of take what they're giving you. So, you're going to be, some games are going to be fullback heavy, some games are going to be quarterback heavy, some games you're going to get the ball pitched, some games you're going to throw the ball more. And then I think getting more guys in was a product of that we were doing well, we were playing well. So I think it's probably a little bit of both.
Carson-Newman gets the win 50-7 over the Reinhardt Eagles. We break down the first half when we come back after these messages on the Ashley Ingram Show.
Hey guys, it's Mark from Rusty Wallace Hyundai. We're getting ready to move into our brand new store, and we need to sell over 100 new Hyundais this month to make room. We have new Santa Cruz starting at only $25,900, or take your choice of a new Tucson or a new Sonata starting at only $26,900. And all new Hyundais come with America's best warranty of 10 years, 200,000 miles, and 3 years free maintenance. So check us out at RustyWallaceHyundai.com, because it's always a fun day at Rusty Wallace Hyundai.
I could go around the world, finest diamonds, precious pearls, they'd all turn to dust in my hand. 7 wonders, city streets, ocean air and mountain peaks, they are not the finest in the land. Much more than these I have seen firsthand. 'Cause there ain't nothing like coming home to you. And no matter where I go, and no matter what I do, there ain't nothing like coming home to you.
Back on the Ashley Ingram Show as Carson-Newman opens up the Ashley Ingram era with a 50-7 win over the Reinhardt Eagles. Adam Cavalier alongside the Eagles head coach Ashley Ingram. Ashley touched on it earlier, but a first half where you had a 3-and-out on the opening possession, and then good things start happening. You block a punt. You go on a bruising 13-play, 69-yard drive and take 6 minutes off the clock. Let's focus on the special teams score. How much did that ignite the day with Fortune Woods recovering Storm Livesey's blocked punt in the end zone?
I think it was huge. I think, it's your first game. You're kind of feeling your way through things. I think that kind of lit a spark in the team. Now, the defense was playing great to that point as well. So, good defensive play. It's hard to lose when they don't score. And then when you make a play on special teams, typically it works well for you.
It was a historical night. The 50 points scored, most by a Carson-Newman team in a head coach's debut. The 88 yards allowed, fifth fewest allowed in school history. As you bring up the defense, 8 3-and-outs on the day. That's the most that an opponent has had against Carson-Newman in the last decade.
Honestly, I'd love to see the stats, but I bet most of the yards, or maybe half the yards, were on the final drive of the game.
Yeah, Reinhardt had 29 yards going into the final drive, and then about 60 some odd on their final possession in garbage time. What does that say about the effort of your defense? I looked down at one point, I think middle of the fourth quarter, and Reinhardt had run 29 plays. They just weren't on the field.
That's awesome. I told Coach Slade the best defense is standing on the sideline watching, so we were able to possess the ball a little bit. The thing that I think pleased me the most of all of it is, we played 3 quarterbacks. They all played well. We didn't turn the ball over. We didn't have very many penalty yards. And then the other thing is our guys, we played a play, we went back to the huddle. Defensively, we played a play, we looked to the sideline, we got our call. Not a lot of chirping, we're just playing football. And I was proud of our guys for that.
You told me pregame that you would be satisfied if you took care of the football. You didn't have a lot of pre-snap penalties. Right. You were the more penalized team, but the majority of them were in the run of play. Right. Upon reflection, are you still satisfied with obviously with the lack of turnovers, but penalties?
Yeah, I think I spoke to the staff yesterday, and really kind of my goal or my hope was that we would play a clean game, where we'd go out there and we'd compete, we wouldn't beat ourselves, and then just let the chips fall where they may. I was concerned about turning the ball over. I was concerned about, could we get the plays in? Could we get them in and not have to burn timeouts for delay of games and things like that? And we just didn't have those issues, which is great. It's a testament to the coaching staff. It's a testament to the players. So that was
rare to see that for any team, right, in week one, and to have 0 pre-snap penalties in the first half.
Yeah, no, it was good.
The first half. Really, the only miscue was that first drive. Had Cade Meeks on a long, it would have been a touchdown. Right. Got one hand to it. If he makes the catch, he's on Sports Center. Right. But outside of that, score. Do you have a moment that you'd like to go back on from that first half?
You'd love to make that play with Cade. In this offense, we're going to get guys wide open, and we've got to be able to hit them. Because obviously, we played a quality opponent, but we're going to play some really good teams, and we're going to have some days where if you miss an opportunity like that, it could be big for you. So I guess that's probably it. And then obviously the kickoff return is problematic. Not a great kick, and then not to cover better than that is certainly something we've got to address.
Find yourself up 26-7 at the halftime break. When in that first half, if you had nerves, did they settle, especially considering you're starting 4 freshmen on the O-line, you had guys suspended? When did you start to feel comfortable? Or did it ever happen?
Well, I'll say this honestly, the first few plays of the game when I saw our defense versus their offense, I had a pretty good idea then that the defense would play well. And, it's all about matchups and stuff. So I thought our defense would play well, so that put me at ease. To be honest with you, it was my first time on the sideline with an iPad where we could have video replay. And that had me rattled for about a quarter because my iPad kept loading. So once I put the iPad down, I got in a much better space. Then I was able to kind of concentrate on the game.
Funny how that works. You get handed a new piece of technology that you've not had to play with for, what, 30 some odd years?
I think there's a viral clip of Bill Belichick throwing it to the ground. I don't know if it went viral, but I almost threw it to the ground. So.
Good first half for the Eagles, up 26-7 at the halftime break over the Reinhardt Eagles. And here are those first half highlights.
Back to punt for the second time today. Major Williams stands between the hashes at his 40. Snap comes back. Eagles bring pressure. It is booted off the backside of one of the outmen. The ball is in the end zone. The ball is scooped up by Fortune Woods. Touchdown, Carson-Newman.
Luttrell out of the flex bone. Takes the snap, fakes the dive, drops back to pass. Luttrell airs long, wide open. Zach Williams hauls it at the 25. Williams splits the hashes. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. A torpedo to Zach Williams. 52 yards and 6 more for Carson-Newman. Back it down. Ginneman will throw it out to the left side, and Major Williams with a big stick. And a stop for a loss back to the 22-yard line by Ponder, the fullback. Gosnell takes, option to the left. Gosnell has the first down. And hit by Peters after first down yardage in the boundary left side. Reinhardt. Gosnell is back to pass. Has time, airs long, right side. Hashes, jump ball, hauled in, complete to Cade Meeks, down at the 4, a flag on the play. Meeks split to the wide side left. Gosnell option to the right side. Gosnell hit at the line of scrimmage. He burrows through. Yes. Gosnell's in. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Gavin Gosnell has his first career touchdown. And the Eagles add to it. It's 26-7 with 25 seconds left in the second quarter. Those are the first half highlights. Carson-Newman led it 26-7 at the halftime break. Ashley Ingram, halftime locker room. What was your message?
Just keep playing. We had a few adjustments offensively. There was a few plays we wanted to get on film. I think Coach Slade's message was the same. Just keep playing, one play at a time. The game's not over. It's pretty simple, and we got to make sure we hydrated them, and then got them out here and warmed them up. And
hydration definitely an important thing.
No doubt.
Last night. When I walked out of the press box at 11:30 last night, it was like being wrapped in a very humid blanket, and that was 11:30. I don't want to think of it at 6 o'clock in the evening. Did the heat play a factor last night?
I think it did, and I think it played a factor to our advantage. Yeah. We maybe had a little more depth, and the other thing is, from the start of the game, we were in the shade. And that big stadium and press box there helped us, and I think they were in the sun through the first half. So I certainly think it, had a little factor.
The energy in the second half was replicated from the first half. You score the first 3 times you touch the football after halftime. Was that just a byproduct of the grind that you had produced in the first half?
I think that's probably part of the case, and we had a few new wrinkles that we went with in the second half, and I think some of those plays, I think actually 2 or 3 of the wrinkles scored touchdowns. So I think it was a good job for offensively, us kind of seeing what they're doing and kind of knowing what we wanted to do to take advantage of it. And we had a couple wrinkles, and they worked out well.
Carson-Newman gets the job done, 1-0 to start the Ashley Ingram era. We break down the second half after these messages on the Ashley Ingram Show.
At Carson-Newman, we're not just creating nurses, we're shaping leaders.
Where else can you find a university that offers full room and board plus an unlimited meal plan for our TC scholarship cadets? Only here, where excellence meets generosity. Step into our state-of-the-art skills lab, a sanctuary for practical learning exclusive to our nursing students. It's here that excellence becomes second nature. With our student-focused approach, every class is an opportunity for personalized growth, thanks to our exceptional student-to-professor ratio. Experience a learning environment where collaboration thrives, supported by a strong bond between cadres and students, ensuring your success is never left to chance. And for those aiming to join our esteemed nursing program, high priority are given to Army ROTC Nursing Scholarship recipients, a testament to our commitment to your future. Dive into a nursing program where your military training at CST translates into academic credits, a rare opportunity to fast-track your degree. Join a battalion recognized for its outstanding performance, celebrated by the VA and the East Tennessee Military Affairs Council.
This is where leaders are born, when you're not just prepared for the future, but you're prepared to lead it.
Back on the Ashley Ingram Show as Carson-Newman collects a 50-7 season opening win over the Reinhardt Eagles. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside Carson-Newman head football coach Ashley Ingram. Ashley, got a lot of different guys involved in the 50-7 win. 50 points scored. Nobody had multiple scores on the day. No touchdown replicants, no field goal replicants, all different guys. How gratifying is that to see as a head coach?
Very gratifying. But again, I think the part of it that makes me feel good is these guys have worked very hard. Mm-hmm. And to see so many guys get to play and to see so many guys make plays and to be able to score. And maybe now they see maybe a little, the method to the madness and kind of understand what we were thinking. And a lot of these guys hadn't played a lot of football here either. Yeah. I think multiple guys were probably their first collegiate scores. So, hopefully that excites those guys, and then hopefully we can coach them a little harder, because we certainly have a lot of areas we need to improve upon.
Yeah, Dom Bradley really showed up at slot back for a guy who's been in the program. Those were his first snaps yesterday, and he averages 10 yards a touch, the 32-yard score. What did you see from him?
He is and we noticed this back in spring ball, he's just kind of a crafty little player. And this offense just suits him. He's a good player. He's savvy. He kind of understands football. He can kind of make you miss a little bit. He's got a little wiggle. So no, he's a good player. He can catch. He can block. He's just a good football player.
You touched on it earlier. I'd like you to pursue it a little more in depth. Trey Luttrell, Gavin Gosnell, Zane Whitson all play at quarterback. Trey leads the team in rushing, goes 3 of 4 through the air with a 52-yard touchdown pass to Zach Williams. Gavin Gosnell runs the ball effectively. What was it about the quarterback play that set the team up for success?
Well, one thing is we were kind of determined we were going to run the QB. It was first time running option. We wanted to kind of break them in, so we ran some plays where they were going to get hit, kind of wake them up a little bit. They've all done great. And again, you play 3 QBs in a new offense and a new system. You don't turn the ball over. It's just a credit to those guys. Trey's coming off an injury, so kudos to him for all the work he's put in. Gavin, in the spring, we actually talked to him about moving to wide receiver. Mm-hmm. And he believed in himself. And he goes, no, I want to stay at quarterback. And he's just gotten better and better and better. And he is a load running the football. Yeah. And then, credit to Zane. Zane's maybe been a little slower to come around on the kind of the option stuff, just picking it up. But the improvement I've seen out of him the last 2 or 3 weeks is drastic. He's probably improved as much the last couple of weeks as he did all of spring ball. So exciting times for all those guys.
There was a physicality, especially with Trey and Gavin, to Zane as well. There was a physicality with how they ran the football. How nice is that to see out of your quarterbacks? It's
nice to see, and honestly, in this offense at QB, there's nowhere to hide. So you better have it, or you better be dynamic where people can't touch you. But you're going to run the football. When you run the quarterback, a lot of times you just gain an extra man. So you kind of gain a gap. So we're going to keep doing that. And, we just probably were a little conservative offensively, honestly. Probably didn't throw everything at them because we're just slowly building. So I was pleased with their play.
The defense, it's hard to pick somebody out. I mean, you're not having high tackle numbers because the defense was only on the field for 35 plays. Right. In retrospect, is there anybody that stood out, or is it just this was a phenomenal team effort?
Well, I thought I think phenomenal team effort is obviously the way to go. Is the front. When you can't get the play started, and then the linebackers, I think the front you got to give credit to. The guy that I saw with some big hits was Jet Jones. Yeah, a lot of big hits. He's physical, and he just kind of stood out to me from watching it on the sideline.
Carson-Newman gets the job done over Reinhardt, 50 to 7. Shorted you about 30 points. I'm sorry, Ashley. Okay. Second half highlights. They're here on the Ashley Ingram Show. Trey Luttrell under center. He'll fake the dive, keep it to the left side, bounce off a couple bodies, get over the left hashes, and up to the 40-yard line. 2, half a bone for Carson-Newman with Bradley in motion to the wide side right. Screen to the right, complete to Jeremiah Carroll. He's got running room across midfield into Reinhardt territory and ushered out of bounds inside the 45 along the right sideline. 32. Luttrell takes. Option pitch to the right for Bradley. Bradley a good seam across the 25 and 20. Across the 10 in the boundary right side. Bradley sprints past 2 men for 6. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Option pitch to Don Bradley, and he scampers 32 yards to the house. Eagles 32, Reinhardt 7, 49. Luttrell, backwards pass to Jeremiah Carroll. So this is a rush for Carroll. Carroll, a lot of running room along the right sideline, across the 30, across the 25, and shoved down by Osborne inside the 20, down at the 17-yard line. 34 yards technically on the ground. This to extend a 26-point lead. Snap back, called down. Smith's kick, a whirligig, but it's through. Bennett Smith, true from 19. Field goal. Reinhardt looking to counter. The handoff will go straight ahead to Colbert, and he doesn't get away from Fortune Woods. Smacked at the line of scrimmage and stopped for maybe a yard up to the 18-yard line. 2nd down and 9 to go at the Reinhardt 38 after the penalty. Gosnell into the game. He'll pitch it right side to Don Bradley. He's got to see him across the 30 and 25. Rambles inside the 20 along the numbers right side and gets bounced down from behind down at the 16-yard line under center. Flexbone look. They give us to Curtis straight ahead. Curtis mauling his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. 5 hard yards for Tyler Curtis. And Carson-Newman surges ahead 42-7. 2:30 to play in the third for total offense. 1st and 10, option keeper, right side, Gavin Gosnell lowers his shoulders across midfield for 1st down yardage and is knocked down by Peters toward the right sideline in Reinhardt territory down at the 48-yard line. And 3 from the Reinhardt 40.
Quarterback lead again.
Gosnell keeps right side looking for the edge. He has it. He has the 1st down. He spins along the right sideline, and he gobbles up 7 yards down to the 34 to move the sticks.
There you go. There's an answer.
Recipe for success. Zane Whitson into the game at quarterback. He'll pitch it to the right side, and this is wide open for Jerron Newsom. Cuts back at the 20 along the right sideline, shuffles left to the numbers, and gets brought down inside the 15, down at the 12-yard line, caught from behind by Wright. It's gone fairly well today for the Eagles in that regard. Whitson will hand off straight up the middle to C.J. Puckett. Puckett bullying his way forward, and he cruises over the right hashes into the end zone. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. A bruising 17-yard run for C.J. Puckett. Get him in from under center. Takes the snap, will hand off McKee. Great pursuit by Fortune Woods, who wraps him up from behind and drags him down back at the 33-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play, and it's 2nd and 12. It's in 10. Reinhardt, left hash at the Carson-Newman 48. Going quickly, it's a handoff right side, and that goes nowhere. Gentry Sherman cut down by Cruz Temple for a loss of 2 back to the 49-yard line. 2nd and 12. Kinnaman from 4th and 1. Straight drop. Pressured. Escapes to the left. Kinnaman rolling, dumping, batted into the air, incomplete. Turnover on downs as Cruz Temple lurched his hand in and deflected it away before it could get to the receiver. Victory formation now for Carson-Newman. Not going to get that 500th yard of total offense, but that'll salt it away for Carson-Newman. Eagles dominant to kick off the Ashley Ingram era. 50-7 in a bird battle with Reinhardt. Eagles versus Eagles. It's Carson-Newman's Eagles who are triumphant.
That is the end of the ball game. That is the end of the ball game.
It's Carson-Newman's Eagles who are triumphant with a 50-7 decision over Reinhardt. Those are the second half highlights. When we come back on the Ashley Ingram Show, it's time for our Talon Talk. That's after these messages.
Hey guys, it's Mark from the all-new Rusty Wallace Hyundai, and we're proud to be supporters of the Carson-Newman Eagles. At Rusty Wallace Hyundai, we're home of the 200,000-mile warranty and 3 years free maintenance. And we want to wish Coach Ingram and all the coaches, players, and fans a great football season. So come and check us out at RustyWallaceHyundai.com. So from my family and all the Rusty Wallace Hyundai family, Talons up!
At First Bank, we tell our customers to bank local and get more. But everyone's more is different. Is yours more adventure? More space? More education? Or work that's more you? We always say bank local, get more. More product range, more accessible bankers, and a whole lot less standing in your way. Whatever your more, you can now get more excited because we got this.
Hey there, Eagle family. We are so excited for football season here on Mossy Creek. My name's Drew, and I get to be the pastor at Mossy Creek Fellowship, which is a new church here in Jefferson City. I want to personally invite you to our launch service on September 8th at Jefferson Middle School at 11 o'clock in the morning as we try to inspire people to follow Jesus here in Jefferson City. I hope to see you there, and Talons up.
Hello? My internet just died.
I heard about your lost connection.
How did you...
It's a casserole.
Oh, this lag is killing me.
My condolences on your lag.
Mom, there's a creepy man at the door.
Stupid spinning wheel of death.
Bring your internet back to life with Tri-Lite Fiber. Stream, video conference, and game on the fastest network in the nation. Go big and get the gig.
Back on the Ashley Ingram Show as Carson-Newman collects a 50-7 win on opening night over the Reinhardt Eagles. Time now for our Talon Talk, and this week walking the field with Andrew Rogers, it's Major Williams.
Hi again, everyone. Welcome to another season of Talent Talks. Andrew Rogers here on the Eagles Sports Network with All-American safety Major Williams.
6:30 to play, fourth quarter. Gibson Marsh to punt it away. Gets it off. Major Williams will leap to field it at his 35. Williams straight ahead. Has a lot of daylight. Across the 40. Across the 30. Across the 20. Williams with the punter to beat. He smokes him. Touchdown! Carson-Newman!
Touchdown.
Major Williams, 65 yards.
Major, let's begin our walk down the field here. Certainly when you came here to Carson-Newman a couple of seasons ago, you were looking to play. Where does that passion to play come from? Where do you think that started?
It all started when I was a kid growing up playing Pop Warner football in Fort Myers, Florida. I remember going to catch rides with my football coach and making those plays, making him happy, and then my mom coming out to the game on Saturdays, making her happy on her days off. That passion just still in me, still fire. It keeps me going.
2 years ago, you transferred from Virginia to Carson-Newman. Did you ever envision you would transfer one time and then basically finish your career here?
No, I just say I let God lead me, throughout this process. I never thought I'd transfer anywhere, but, it's not about my journey, it's about what God had in store for me. So, being here was something special and a big part of my career, and I enjoy being here.
Picked up a lot of accolades over your 3 years. D2 football watch list this year. All-SAC, All-American, Bruce Feldman's Freaks list. When you see that type of stuff, what comes to your mind?
Just hard work pays off. I put the work in for it, and it was kind of no surprise to me. That's something I always dreamed of. I wanted. I prayed about the tough things I've been through, and I just went out there and showed what I had every weekend, and it just started to pay off, and it just gives me motivation to keep going.
Jackson Ward giving 7 yards of space on Dorian Goddard to the left side of the formation. 2 to the right. Corcoran back to pass. 3-step drop. Pressured. He's grabbed. Corcoran lost the football. Major Williams grabbed it. Williams steps free along the left sideline. Major Williams, nothing but clear. Virginia, Mountain Air in front of him. He scores. Touchdown. Carson-Newman. Major Williams, a 35-yard scoop and score on the strip sack.
Let's switch it up. Let's do some fun questions. So if football did not exist, what sport would you have wanted to play more, pursued more to eventually maybe play collegiately?
I'm a fast guy. I'll say track and field. I was a long jumper, a sprinter in my day back in high school. So I can see myself doing like the 200 meter, not the 100. I'm not the fastest get out guy, but yeah, I love the 200 meter. I love to be in the Olympics. If it wasn't for football, Olympics for sure. Maybe basketball. I like to jump. I was long jump, high jump back in middle school and high school as well.
Okay. The last sporting event you attended as a fan?
It had to be the Tampa Bay Rays, I want to say. In Tampa, Florida. Went to a baseball game out in the spring. That was my last one.
So on that subject of baseball then, would you rather watch the World Series from the rafters, or would you rather watch a regular season Tampa Bay Rays game front row or right behind home plate?
Right behind home plate. That's the best view. I love to see up close and personal like I'm playing. Being a player myself, I love to be right there up close and personal.
Yep. Transition back to football here to wrap things up. You've certainly become one of the better players on this team, but also a really good leader on and off the field. What would you personally say your best leadership qualities are?
Leading by example. I'm a high encourager, motivator. If you look at me, I'm always doing the right thing. I try to be an example for the other guys, the younger guys, even the older guys. I just try to be right all the time and, be consistent. That's the main thing.
Coming up on your last season here at Carson-Newman collegiately, is pro football in your eyes and what you want to see here in the near future?
For sure. That's a childhood dream to be a pro football player, no matter the level. That's what I'm working for. It's up to me this year to go out there and prove that I'm a prolific athlete.
Major, appreciate the time as always. Best of luck this year.
Appreciate it.
That's All-American safety Major Williams. I'm Andrew Rogers. Thanks for watching another episode of Talon Talk.
All right, thank you very much, Andrew, Ashley, Major Williams. I suppose what a delightful piece to have at your disposal for year one as a head coach. What's he meant to you in this program in your 9 months on the banks of Mossy Creek?
He's been great. He's obviously he's a talented young man. He's also a young man that won a award over in the education department. He has his degree. He's been a leader, and when your best players can set the example, and I think he set the example on the field, off the field. He's just he's been great. He's been everything he was billed to be.
I think you'd have to go back to Kurt Duncan, who was an All-American kicker here in 2013, a Kevin Day, who was a consensus All-American center in 2012. Been about more than a decade to find players that are as diversely decorated as Major. A Good Works Team nominee. He's a nominee for the National Football Foundation's William Campbell Trophy. Pick something. He's on academic honor rolls. How does the academic side fuel the athletic side for him?
Well, we are student athletes, and our whole kind of mantra here is we want to graduate people and develop people of Christian faith and character, and I think he's a great example of that. And again, in recruiting, we signed a group of young men, I think as a group at a 3.5 high school grade point average. So he's kind of the model of what we're looking for. We want great football players, but we're going to demand that they be good people off the field as well. And it obviously helps when they're great students because it sets a great example on campus as well. And the other thing is when your academic life is in order and your personal life is in order and maybe your faith is in order, well, it's easier to do well in football too. So no, he's been great.
You've been in camp for the last 4 weeks, give or take, and now you get a week off. We'll put the off in quotation marks. You head to West Virginia State 2 weeks from now. What's the approach between now and September 12th when you get ready to take on the Yellow Jackets?
Well, we are going to give them off this weekend. But we'll get back to work on Monday. And again, I mentioned it to the team last night, is most teams make their biggest jump from the first game to the second game, and we have the luxury of having 14 days before we play again. So hopefully we'll make a huge jump plus some.
It's a scary prospect after putting up 497 yards of total offense with 2 pre-snap penalties, 0 turnovers, and 50 points.
We can play better.
Ashley Ingram, thanks for the time. Congrats on win number 1.
Thank you.
That's Carson-Newman head football coach Ashley Ingram. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier. This has been the Ashley Ingram Show. Thanks for watching.